Hello, world. Isn't it funny how sometimes things can come your way at the right moment when you least expect it? And I'm saying this because there is this channel that I follow called Press for Truth. And this guy was making a very interesting point. Now, I want you to listen to what he's saying.
From this book. It's called Propaganda, and it was written in 1928 by a man named Edward Bernays, who was very much an insider of the ruling class, as we call it, the global elite, as I like to say, the powers that ought not to be. And in this, he explained a lot of the things that we are currently witnessing today when it comes to COVID-19. So let me start with Chapter 1, Organizing Chaos. He says, the conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. We are governed, our minds are molded, our tastes formed, our ideas suggested.
He is applying this idea to the larger scope of what's happening globally. And I agree. But I am flabbergasted at the fact that I can see it manifesting in my life as of right now. I can touch it. I can see it. I can taste it. I can smell it. I can feel it. Okay? So he's saying, the point that he's making is that the powers that be manufacture consent, just like what Noam Chomsky was saying, right? So, what do you know? Leaked Amazon memo details plan to smear fired warehouse organizer. And so, this particular technique that Press for Truth was talking about on that book, Propaganda, put into action just so that you can see how it works. So, I want whoever this person is who leaked these notes, this person is a hero. This person, this whistleblower, is a fucking hero. Okay? This shows us how they go ahead and try to manipulate the opinion of the masses. But let's go into the article. Leaked notes from an internal meeting of Amazon leadership obtained by Vice News reveal company executives discussed a plan to smear fired warehouse employee Christian Smalls, calling him not smart or articulate, as part of a PR strategy to make him the face of the entire union organizing movement. So understand what this means. According to Amazon, okay, let's start from the beginning. What exactly is an union, and why do people organize? I mean, this country has a very long history of the working class organizing and forming unions. And the executives of Amazon.com are trying to use this individual, Christian Smalls, which, by the way, he's got big balls. If he decided that he was going to go after Amazon.com, so I commend him for that. They want to use this guy as the face of the union and organizing movement, labeling the movement as not smart or articulate. In other words, Amazon is calling the whole entire working class in America not smart or articulate. He's not smart, not articulate, and to the extent the press wants to focus on us versus him, we will be in a much stronger PR position than simply explaining for the umpteenth time how we're trying to protect workers. Propaganda. This is 100% propaganda, and this is how it is implemented. Amazon is telling you. This is at a very small scale, but just for you to have a taste of what it looks like when it is being implemented, wrote Amazon General Counsel David Sapolsky in notes from the meeting forwarded widely in the company. The discussion took place at a daily meeting which included CEO Jeff Bezos. Okay, so Uncle Jeff was present in this meeting, and Uncle Jeff approved of this, and Uncle Jeff is 100% aware. He's not innocent. The millionaire, the richest man in the world, going after this dude, Christian Smalls, who probably doesn't make more than 20, $25 an hour at most, because he was an L3 in the company. He was lower manager. He was in lower management, but management nonetheless. And I understand the structure at Amazon, the leadership structure, because I work at Amazon. So Jeff Bezos was in this meeting to update each other on the coronavirus situation. Amazon SVP of Global Corporate Affairs, Jay Carney, described the purpose to CNN on Sunday. We go over the update on what's happening around the world with our employees and with our customers and our businesses. We also spend a significant amount of time just brainstorming about what else we can do, of course, about what else we can do to manipulate public opinion in our favor. I mean, Amazon is a very powerful organization. And if you understand that this country is not really a capitalist country, it's more of a fascist country, even though Jeff Bezos and President Trump have had their issues in the past, it is very clear to whoever has eyes to see that this country is run by corporations, and Amazon being one of the biggest corporations in the world. Amazon has a lot of power. Okay, so don't be fooled. Sapolsky's notes also detail Amazon's effort to buy millions of protective masks to protect its workers from the coronavirus, as well as an effort to begin producing and selling its own masks. So far, the company has secured at least 10 million masks for our operations guys. That means me and Christian Smalls, because we are in operations. We are the working class. We are the pawns, right? We are the operation guys. With 25 million more coming from a supplier in the next 2 weeks, Sapolsky wrote. Amazon fired the warehouse worker Smalls on Monday after he led a walkout of a number of employees at a Staten Island distribution warehouse, and that is that's the warehouse I work from. Amazon says he was fired for violating a company-imposed 14 days quarantine after he came into contact with an employee who tested positive for the coronavirus. Okay, company imposed. That is a lie. The company is not imposing anything. As a matter of fact, the reason why we are all up in arms with this issue and Amazon is because Amazon is being very laissez-faire about everything happening in the company in terms of coronavirus. They are not doing enough to protect people, and now all of a sudden they're imposing a 14 days quarantine. No, that's not true. Smalls says the employee who tested positive came into contact with many other workers for longer periods of time before her test came back. He claims he was singled out after pleading with management to sanitize the warehouse and be more transparent about the number of workers who were sick, and that is absolutely true. This is the modus operandi in that place. Those people are sick bastards, and they have absolutely no concern for human life. They don't care. All they care about is the fucking numbers, to be honest. They are the devil themselves, or the devil himself, I should say. Sapolsky's notes from the meeting detail Amazon's plan to deal with a wave of bad press and calls for investigations from elected officials following the firing of Smalls. First of all, this was 100% retaliation. And as far as I know, that is illegal, and especially in a state like New York. Anyway, they also show top Amazon brass wanted to make Smalls the focus of its narrative when questioned about worker safety. We should spend the first part of our response strongly laying out the case for why the organizers' conduct was immoral, unacceptable, and arguably illegal in detail, and only then follow with our usual talking points about worker safety. Okay, so it's not even a concern for the company that their workers are safe. It's not even a matter of decency. It's just a talking point. Okay, it's just a strategy. We don't give a fuck about your safety. We just don't want bad PR. Okay, and so they are detailing here how fighting for your safety as a worker and for the safety of those who work with you is immoral, is unacceptable, and arguably illegal. Let that sink in, folks. Your safety, fighting for your rights to be safe in a work environment, it's illegal, according to Amazon. Make him the most interesting part of the story, and if possible, make him the face of the entire union organizing movement. The entire union organizing movement is in America is what was the word that they used specifically? I don't want to misquote this bastard. Hold on a second. Not smart or articulate. The entire union movement in the United States is not smart or articulate. That's what Amazon thinks of you, working class. Let that sink in. When you go on Amazon and you pay for your Prime membership and you buy the hundreds of dollars worth of merchandise that you buy from Amazon.com, Amazon thinks that you are not smart or articulate, but they have no problem taking your money and exploiting the living shit out of you. They discussed encouraging Amazon executives to use Smalls to discredit the wider labor movement at Amazon. Employees at the warehouse, known as JFK 8, launched an effort to unionize in 2018. In his notes, Sapolsky wrote that there was general agreement on this point among the other attendees of the meeting. So we agree, applause, yes. Every single fucking person in that room, Jeff Bezos included. In a statement to Vice News, Sapolsky said his comments were personal and emotional. How the fuck were they personal when you made it a plan that every single person in the room agreed upon executing? Well, fuck you, Sapolsky, you are a liar. I was frustrated and upset that an Amazon employee would endanger the health and safety of other Amazonians by repeatedly returning to the premise after having been warned to quarantine himself after exposure to virus COVID-19. He said, I let my emotions draft my words and get the better of me. That is a fucking lie. You just said very clearly that the safety of your workers are nothing more than a talking point for you and your organization in order to save PR face. So shut the fuck up. That's a lie. The notes also referred Amazon's concerns about the coronavirus pandemic's impact on the economy and its own efforts to ramp up testing and lab capacity both within the company and around the country. They discussed the benefits of testing all employees, even asymptomatic ones. So now Amazon is going to start testing its people. Great. Yeah, we can trust Amazon on that. That can have benefits both for the system and for our employees. Sapolsky wrote, "Every test we do is incremental and is one less test that existing resources have to do." Amazon also wait a way to generate a PR win from their mask stockpile with different and bold ways of giving away surplus masks to hospitals and independent grocers. Independent grocers that, by the way, you are putting out of business. If we can get masks in quantity, it's a fantastic gift if we donate strategically. If we donate strategically, understand this. None of this is done out of the goodness of anyone's heart as at Amazon. This is just a strategy in order to garner positive PR. Another idea for giving masks away: give 1,000 masks to every police station in the country, Sapolsky wrote. Adding this reminds folks it's not just medical workers who need these. I agree with that. And if only your heart was in the right place, I would also support you. But I know that you're not doing it because you are concerned with these police officers or with these medical workers. You are you are just exploiting a situation for your economic advantage. That's what you're doing here. You don't give a fuck about anyone's safety. You just don't. They discussed alternative ways to obtain or produce protective masks, as well as working with other companies that have capacity to make them. There are ways of making FDA approved surgical and other masks from fabric, and we're working with these manufacturers as well, Sapolsky's notes said. The consensus at the meeting was that the CDC would be recommending everyone wear masks, if not for the lack of supply. That's important to note. CDC's hesitancy to recommend masks has been to manage supply. So there you go. The CDC has been lying to everybody when they went out and said at the beginning of this whole ordeal that you didn't need a mask. They knew that you needed a mask, but they told you, oh, don't worry. If you don't have symptoms, if you're not sick, you don't need it. That's a lie. Okay? And it's mainly because of the lack of preparation. But whatever, that's another point. Though that's a bad reason to sacrifice scientific integrity, Sapolsky wrote. Amazon has also begun efforts to produce masks itself, while the company has a line of sight on a supply of N95 masks, he notes. The notes said, Amazon is starting to put together internal efforts for mask production, though this is described as more of a 9-month type project. Sapolsky's notes imply the company's attempt to purchase N95 masks from China fell through. China has deemed N95 masks as strategic, Sapolsky wrote. They're keeping them for optionality. They also want to use them for diplomacy. The masks in China that we thought we had probably get redirected by profiteers. Okay. And this is a problem of taking all of our manufacturing and outsourcing it to places like China. Thank you, politicians, for making our lives that much more worse in every single aspect you can think of, just for the benefit of your company making 1 cent more. Okay, folks, so that's all I have. And this is really fucking appalling. And I apologize for the cursing, but this really got me riled up. And I'm usually a pretty cold blooded type person. I don't get riled up easily. But I am just really angry and I feel very insulted because Amazon thinks they can insult my intelligence in this way. This really is appalling. Anyways, signing out.